So Natalie,
Yeah.
um, my spirit guides came to me the other night,
I'm scared.
and when your daddy is not around, uh, look up rose quartz because I think you would find an interest in that.
I have a big one sitting on one of my shelves in my room.
Do you? Do you charge them?
Mm-mm.
Char
That
charge them.
amethyst you gave me, I don't know where it went because I had it in my bag, but now it's gone. Like I can't find it anywhere.
I'll next time I see you, I'll just give y'all some more crystals. I have so
Okay.
many.
Yeah, because like I put it in like a pocket of my bag and now I can't find it.
Oh, it's fine. I
Yeah.
have I have so many, so just tell me what kind of crystal you want and I can bring it to you.
Yeah.
Um, have you had any experiences since coming home?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the other night at 12:30 in the morning,
What are you talking about?
you heard somebody walking in the hallway.
Oh, oh, I did. Yeah, I was in the bathroom and I'm like at 12:30 before I went to bed, and I heard someone walk out of my parents' room and like stop at the bathroom door like they were waiting for me to come out, and I thought it was him or my mom. But then I went out there and there was no one out there, and the weird thing is I never heard them go back into the bedroom. So it wasn't like it was my parents or anything. So that was weird, but
Matthew, did you when you went to Waverly, did you investigate the atrium?
Mm, I don't remember. I was all over the place.
What about you, Natalie? Do you remember? It was the
where?
first room on the left on the second floor.
I never went to the second floor.
I never went to the third.
Yeah, I didn't make it. I only made it the first, fourth, and fifth floor.
Yeah, I don't think I made it to the third either. I
I
think,
didn't,
or maybe I did. I don't
yeah,
remember.
I didn't make it to the third.
Something was just telling me to skip the third floor. I don't know why. Um, but what's one experience that stuck out to you and where was it at Waverly?
You go first.
Now I gotta think.
Well, you think. I
You
think
go.
for me, it was down in the lobby area where I still have to go back and listen to our EVP, where I think you heard that it verified that Mia was a spirit.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, so we were doing digital recorders. So did we tell her about Mia?
I don't
Did
Yes.
we
know.
tell you about Mia?
Yeah, we did a dowsing rod session, remember?
We
Yeah,
did, we
yeah.
did. Yeah, so when I asked if she was a spirit or a human, we still have to go back and listen to that again because it was like right at the end. But very, very faintly, you can hear she was a spirit or like she's
What?
a spirit or something like that. But I'm the only one that heard it though because it's so faint and stuff, and I didn't know how to like rewind it because we barely ever use that thing. So
I've used it a lot more since then.
Have you had any technical issues?
No, not any whatsoever. I think this whole road trip, and then when I was at Edinburgh the last couple days, no issues at all on any equipment. Everything, audio, everything worked, which is a first.
So I've been having a lot of technical issues. Um, just like last night, my computer made this weird noise. Like I thought my laptop was about to blow up. And it only happens when I get to this part of the footage where some reason there's audio interference, so there's no sound for like a good couple of seconds. And this is when it was me, you, and Natalie. And then it comes back on and we're talking for like a few seconds, and then there's a EVP, and then the camera shuts off. Um, and every time I get to that footage, my computer starts freezing up. I'll start hearing tapping on the walls, and I have to completely start over the editing, which is one reason too why the first part didn't have much editing in it.
Okay.
That's weird.
I have gotten followed home. Um, I don't think it's anything bad though. Uh, I really connected with the spirit Lewis there, um, which was on the second floor in the bedroom with the bed.
Okay.
Yeah.
We danced to Elvis. I don't know if you heard that, but we
No.
she's yeah, while we were there, we were dancing to Elvis, and she was she was a great time. When I first went into her room though, I thought it was a little girl spirit. Because that's what I first connected with was a little girl. Later on, found out that it was Lewis's room. Then I thought it was funny because another one of your teammates or something that was there had came up while I was in there and said, "Oh, is it a little girl in a blue dress?" And that's what I connected with at first when I first went in
Oh.
there.
Was it Hannah that walked in?
She was
Like,
wearing all black and she had like her hair in a bun and it was curly.
probably. Did she have glasses?
I think so.
Yeah, Hannah, probably.
Um, I did get pushed in the body chute when I explored it alone.
Oh,
Yeah, I remember you saying
wonderful.
that.
How
So,
kind of them.
right.
Very kind.
And um I think it's kind of funny though because for some reason I decided I was going to film myself and I forgot to hit record like halfway going to the body chute. And during that time I was connecting with a spirit that was calling itself Johnny. But
We met
then
Johnny down there too when we were doing Estes.
and
Yeah, we
then
did. We
and then
met
another
him.
spirit had came in and it was like, "My name's not Johnny, it's Jonathan." And it just
Oh.
screamed it in my ear.
Oh,
And I was like, "Okay, I'm sorry." And then after that is when I had gotten pushed.
oh, very kind.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So,
Ironically, I think out of the entire road trip, and then after getting back and going to Edinburgh for 2 days, Waverly was probably the location where I had the least stuff happen for me.
Yeah, me too. On it. Wait.
I said when I got there too, I was like, maybe it's just not an active night. Like I was like telling the spirits, like, come
Yeah.
on, talk to me. Like, don't be shy. It's okay.
Yeah, it
So,
was kind of quiet there now that I think about it. Like, I'm trying.
but of course, you always have those moments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's one reason too, I would like to go back because I could explore the things that I didn't and just see if I can try to get more activity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And plus, when there's people there, there's so many people that the spirits can talk to.
Mhm.
So if I can number it down, then it's like, okay, well, now you just got me to talk to. Now you just got
Yeah.
him to talk to.
Yeah.
Yeah. The next time, hopefully, it won't be so blasted hot.
Hannah, you didn't tell me she was driving.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Oh my gosh. Oh, no audio.
We can barely hear you.
Okay, wait, is that better?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I couldn't hear
Oh
you
my
guys
gosh.
for a second either.
Everybody is popping in now.
Everybody.
There we go.
Hey, is Kelly with you guys right now?
Go ahead.
Hi, Kelly. I'm sorry if I made you upset. I think you're
Oh, wait.
beautiful. I would love to meet you sometime.
Yep.
Oh, then you can meet
Yeah, we have
you
a
can
new
meet Jesse.
yeah, we have a new friend. It's Jessie.
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
We got her from Creepy Crates.
I like her dress.
I know, me too.
How's it going, Don?
Not bad.
That's good.
Yeah. I like blocking Kelly.
Well, okay. Well, I can't really move here. Move her over that way. There.
Oh.
Are
Now
they
she can
friends?
spot.
Yeah, I've got so many they can't even fit in the frame.
Why do I have 3 text messages?
Text messages.
You quit your yapping. All right, I know Jesse's about to pop in, and then I don't know who else. So she's not gonna fall.
She's like,
How has everybody been since
tired,
Waverly? Just
sleepy,
tired.
exhausted.
Interested.
So much going
Okay.
on.
Yeah.
Oh, because the vent's right there.
Oh, why did I look up?
I don't know. There's not a blanket in here.
No, I said your Bucky's it.
Oh, what?
Your Bucky's it. I want to wear it.
Oh, it's somewhere. I don't know where it is.
You didn't say that. What's that?
What's what?
I have that. Can you give me that?
Oh my goodness.
No,
Well,
I don't care. I'm cold.
too bad. Hold on, there's a t-shirt in there too. Well, yeah, because the air is.
Shut up.
We'll give Jesse a few more minutes, and then I know Kennedy said she might make it on, depending on if she's driving. And then I haven't heard from anybody else, so.
Well, if not today, maybe Tuesday, right?
Yeah, I know.
When I talked to her a minute ago, she was driving. So,
Yeah.
and Christopher is at a location tonight that there isn't very good connectivity. So I don't know whether he's going to make it or not.
Yeah, I know Kennedy said for sure Tuesday if she didn't make it tonight.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully didn't Jesse have problems last time getting in?
Yeah.
Hmm?
I'm talking to myself.
Okay.
Mhm.
And we'll see if she's having issues. So how's the Farrar footage going?
Okay, so I have great news. I apparently figured out the software and everything so that I'm not having to compress video footage. So things are going to start going a lot quicker here, hopefully.
That's good.
It's coming though. That's a big hurdle that I got over. I literally had like finally just sat down and asked my boyfriend. I was like, "Will you look at this and like tell me if you can figure it out?" And I tried to show him what the problem was, and it was fine. There was no problem.
All right, well that's good.
So yeah, I'll take it. Learning something new every day.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to get going on stuff on my end too. It's like just seems like keep getting backed up more and more.
Tell me about it. But I think now that I've had my fill of rest for like a week straight, I should I should have the ability to concentrate a bit more, and now not having that hurdle in the way, it should go a lot more smoothly. I'm excited to see more of it.
There she is.
Hi.
Hello.
How's it going?
I got sunburned like a mother from yesterday, and I don't burn. I'm Thai. So yeah, I'm hurting.
Is there a way you could turn up your audio a little bit?
Let me turn the air conditioner off. Okay. Yeah, I think the setting for my mic is like pretty much it. I don't have settings for it. Let me look. Mono audio, Dolby sound recorder, sound and mixer options. Yeah, I'm gonna mix. Try this.
Do you have an audio interface?
I don't know what that is.
Oh.
It honestly might be in the mixer options.
All right, system sounds. Everything's at 100. Reset sound
Okay.
device.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
We're still trying to get set up because we suck at things.
Oh, you're good.
To smack myself in the face.
We had to set up our filming space all over again today.
Potentially.
Cornered the chair.
That's because that's the only way it would fit.
You guys might have to sit on each other's laps.
Maybe the black bench would fit better than the blue chair.
Yeah, my volume's all the way up. It's at 100.
Okay.
It could just be the microphone. I've had it for a while. I want to get a better one.
No, face tracking's on.
I think Jesse sounds fine, but maybe that's just because I have headphones on.
Yeah, I have them. Yeah.
Maybe it's just because our air conditioner above us. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe.
If it's still low during the editing process, you can clip her sections and detach audio and turn it
Okay.
up that way.
Okay.
Move them up.
I figured it. Shut up. Shut up. Could you?
Yeah.
No, I doubt it.
Made
Okay.
sure to wear my Waverly shirt too. Even though it's
Oh,
I don't know where
nice.
mine is.
Yeah, they're too expensive for me. I like the coin though. It won me some money on a scratch off.
Oh,
I don't-
that's cool. That's a good idea.
I don't know.
I don't know where my coin went. That
I
kind
think
of
mine's in my bag.
that kind of disappeared.
Mine's just living at the bottom of my purse right now.
Okay.
Wow, I'm real up close and personal. Hey! I don't know.
We're really bad at things.
We're really bad at things.
Okay, just like
Yeah, I was
That's
gonna say,
good.
can you see?
no, I can't.
Oh, we have 3 haunted dolls back here.
5.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we got 2. Well, one we don't know for sure if she's haunted or
She
not. But
probably is.
I feel like it's going to be one of those things where if you keep talking about it, it's just going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
I have
Like you're
8.
going to manifest it.
yeah.
Yeah, I got 8.
Hmm?
Alex's.
I don't know where we
Click the
just
video
went.
camera. I turned to look at a.
What
How do you
is,
turn face tracking off?
what
Is
is
it on
going?
face tracking?
Yeah.
I
Oh
was wondering what's
God.
going on there.
How do you turn it off?
I don't know.
We'll just blame it on the ghosts.
Yeah, it is what it is.
That's weird.
All right. Anyways,
Sorry, y'all.
who wants to start with their Waverly experiences.
Not it.
Okay, Natty said not it, so we'll start with Hannah.
Oh gosh, okay. Mine are probably the most mundane out of all of them. I only made it up to the third floor, um, for personal reasons. I made it, yeah, I made it to the third floor. I sat up there for a while and I did a channeling session with the kids. Um, it was mostly Timmy and Charlotte who came through. And they hung out. They were just answering our questions, telling us like their favorite colors and stuff like that. Timmy was so cute though. I could feel him. He had like draped his arms over my shoulders like from the back and he gave me like a little kiss on the cheek. It was so sweet. But I had brought cookies for the kids, and so I think they appreciated that.
I think a good question for Hannah would be when you were in Lewis's room and you first went in there and you connected with the girl in the blue dress, uh, that's how you ended up learning her name. How did that start?
Um, that started with I believe it was Dawn's group. And I had become aware that there was a Charlotte. And so just connecting with her, I had asked her, I was like, "Oh, are you Charlotte?" Because that was the first name that came to mind. And she confirmed it was, and she was holding Anna's hand at first when she was walking with us down the hallway on the second floor, and then she was holding mine eventually as well. And she actually drained my flashlight. It was brand new. I had literally bought it in the shop at Waverly, and she drained it within like 5 minutes. So I wasn't able to use my flashlight pretty much all night.
Oh, wow.
But she was nice. She was just like she was so bubbly. She was just like bopping around and everything. And we thought we heard something down the hall and she like took off to go like check on it. She was like, "I got it."
You also were in the electroshock therapy room, weren't you, with Katie and Anna, or not Katie and Anna, Carrie and Anna?
Yeah.
Yes, I was. And we did a couple of EVP sessions in there. And the only EVP we got was an answer to, what doctor is here? What's the doctor's name? And we heard Smith, um, which did end up coming through later in the double Estes session that Ken's, or sorry, who else went under? I can't remember.
It was me and
Alex.
Alex.
Yes, thank you. Sorry, it was Alex and Ken's under, and yeah, the name Dr. Smith came through in the beginning, and between the conversation and just the senses I was getting, what I was channeling, I was feeling that he is mostly residual, but our planes are kind of crossing. So he's aware of us, and we were really bugging him at the end when they were going back and forth saying get out" at each other. I think that was him running back and forth between the two of them, yelling it to like
He
get our
was.
attention. And so
So
My,
let's jump to the what?
I said my apologies to Alex.
Oh, what happened?
So
We
that
were
Estes session, that was pretty intense.
it was very interesting.
So during the S's session, y'all know I got tongue twisters. During the S's session with me, in the beginning, it was almost like it was a doctor and a patient both coming through at one time and kind of fighting with each other. And then it almost was like I was a patient arguing with somebody else towards the end.
Yeah, I think, wasn't it? Were you there
What?
for the Estes?
I was with, next to Alex at the start, and then at like very end.
Yeah,
whenever it
because
ends.
I'm pretty sure you and Ken's were going back and forth quite a bit and arguing.
Yeah.
There was a lot of arguing, and at the beginning, it very much was between like patient and doctor, or like patient and nurse caretaker, something like that. Um, but at one point, a separate spirit that was not from Waverly came through as well and like disrupted. And so I don't know how much of that was actually like maybe the Waverly spirits arguing with him at some point.
My apologies
But
for that one.
honestly, it was really funny, the audacity that he has.
Oh yeah.
But it did get hard as somebody who, was just meeting everybody for the first time, to start kind of hashing out at the end there what was happening, who was talking to who.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't wait to go back and rewatch all that footage because there was so much going on. It's just like it was hard to take it all in.
Unfortunately, I only have my side of the assets because um my temporary camera person that was there thought that that was an exclusive and didn't get any of y'all's side.
Oh, we have ours.
So,
Oh, I'm sure Matt would be fine with sharing.
Oh yeah, because
I
I
don't want to speak for
have
him, but
yeah, no, 'cause I have
because
the footage I was recording, and I'm pretty sure Carrie was recording on the other side.
I was recording with one of Carrie's cameras and I
Okay.
got the whole thing
Okay.
on that side.
Okay, because I was trying to go back and forth a little bit too to, you know, try to catch everything.
yeah, my husband's usually, well, my fiance is usually my cameraman. But unfortunately he had work, so she was my replacement. And it was her first time recording for me, so I can't be bad.
Right. So Dawn, I didn't really get to spend any time with you guys because I could never find you. You guys were like, I don't even know if you guys were really there because it's like I saw you maybe like 10 minutes the whole time. So what did you guys get into?
We started up on the fifth floor with the kids. We've had interactions with them before. Um, I've spent a decent amount of time with them. And Christopher had been there before and spent a decent amount of time with them. And when I was there, time there, I had told the kids that Christopher wasn't with me that night, and they were all kind of sad about that. So when we walked in and I let him walk in front of me, they like bum rushed him. It was really, really funny. You could literally like watch them run up to him and just start hugging him. And then I walked in behind him and they switched over to me and we were all just laughing because it was amazing just experiencing that. When we've been there before, we've done drawings with them. So we decided to do that again. Charlotte had interacted with me. Trying to think if it was before the so it would have been last year. And Christopher wasn't there. And so I was kind of surprised when she came through because she was a completely new child to us. So she came through again and did a drawing. And then there's a little girl that hangs out back in the back corner. Her name's Sally, and she is actually in a wheelchair. And prior to what we wound up getting involved in later in the evening, she was nonverbal. And so we had a lot of interaction with her. And she really appreciated Christopher because most people don't even know she's back there, don't pay any attention to her, anything like that. And then a couple of other boys that we've had interactions with before, a little boy named George, Timothy came through. We were looking for Bentley. He's typically up there, and we realized that he was in a different area of the building. Again, working through another story that we landed in later in the night, we figured out why he was in a different location, but he wasn't up there at that point. So we had some kids that we've interacted with before and some that were new to us. So it was really interesting to watch the kids. And when the very first time that we did the drawings, I didn't have any crayons or any kind of coloring equipment with me, and the kids were really sad about that. So Christopher and I both brought different types of coloring things, and they were making colored pictures, and
Nice.
it was really amazing. I think it was Charlotte that completely covered the entire page. She did like a picture that had water at the bottom, and there were some hills and a blue sky with a rainbow and a sun and little birds flying in it. And she put a boat down in the water, and it was amazing. We had Kennedy did video of Christopher drawing. His eyes were shut the entire time, and it was dark-ish up there when we were doing it. And it's a completely, it looks like a picture done by a kid. I mean, it was crazy. So
At some point, if you would be willing to share, I'd love to see that picture.
yeah, sure. Yeah, it's out with my other stuff, so it would be a little bit of a challenge for me to get it right now. But
No, that's
yeah,
fine.
I'll absolutely send it, post it in the group.
All right. So, what else did you three encounter during the night?
So with the prior trip that I had made there a couple of weeks earlier, I had something happen to me in my hotel room that I didn't completely understand. And it was kind of like a vision that I realized had to do with a person who was a patient in the hospital, and we wound up working through all of that, more or less like a past life thing,
Okay.
that was really kind of deep and involved. And I honestly don't know how much I want to get into it because there was some violence involved.
Okay.
You know, so
Understandable.
yeah, so but it was a very intense situation that took us from the fifth floor down to the third floor, a little bit on the fourth floor, but mainly on the third floor, and into a couple of spaces there. It almost kind of started down in the morgue, and then we realized what we were connecting into in the morgue was part of the story that I had gotten 2 weeks earlier. And usually what we've found is when like Christopher and I have a location that we're going to either together or separately. If that location, something happens that we wind up going there like 2 or 3 times within a couple of weeks span of time, and usually it's not scheduled that way. Usually something happens where somebody reaches out and says, hey, do you want to go to so and so, and we find out that, oh wow, now we're going to be there like 3 times in a row. Typically that means we're going to start in something, and we're not going to be able to completely finish it in one visit.
Yeah.
And that was kind of what happened. So knowing that I was going to be there within a 2 week block twice, I had a really strong feeling that I was going to drop into something that was going to be pretty intense. I just wasn't quite sure what it was going to be.
Okay.
So yeah, it was very intense.
And speaking of intense, Jesse, you had quite a bit of intense emotional moments, if I recall.
Yeah, so this was my first time there, and then I brought my fiance Steve with, which it was his first, or well, technically second professional like investigation. We started on the fifth floor because he wanted to see like the sunset on the roof, which that was cool. So it was nice, and then walking around, getting a feel of how the building is since we've never been there. So after the fifth floor, then we went down to the fourth floor, and like you hear stories how that's like really active and there's shadow people and all that, but like I made sure not to do really any research, watch anything for, a while. So I was, more clean slate. So we opened the door and walked into the fourth floor, and I like it felt like everybody was staring at me, and then I just was bawling my eyes out. Like it was some of the most intense sadness and like despair and sorrow I have ever felt in my life. And I was like, okay, please back up a little bit. Like, these aren't my emotions. I'm not upset. I'm not sad. Please let up a little bit. I understand you went through a lot. And it just kept like, it was like waves of sadness. So like, um, we found our way to the like the not the balcony. I don't really the opening part or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm not gonna try to pronounce the word. I know what word it is, but I'm gonna butcher it. Um, so Steve found, how to get like across there. So went there and like it eased up just a little bit, but when I went back into the hallway, it came back and I was like, "Oh my God. All right, I'm gonna go in the stairway." So I went in the stairway and it's like as soon as you cross the threshold, it's like all of that is back there on the fourth floor. It didn't follow me into the stairway or onto the balcony and stuff. So that was intense. Like I think I've had something like that happen like once before in my entire life. And that's just also due to still trying to like turn my abilities on and off and understanding the level switches and all that.
Yeah.
So I kind of tried to stay pretty closed off because I didn't want too much to happen that or like an attachment or anything like that. So I tried to keep myself more closed, but that was just like an onslaught. And I was like, I don't know why it's like that on this floor. Like, why is it only this floor? Like the fifth floor was where the children were. You would think that would be kind of upsetting, or and then we went to the death chute everywhere. Only the fourth floor did I feel strong emotions like that. And our second time around, um, when we went back to the fourth floor, I don't know how we missed this, but we found the operating room or the surgery room because we like walked. We're like, oh, it's back here. And we looked and we saw the light, and I was like, oh my God. Okay. I think that might explain what I was feeling because how much people went through in that room. And then I also found out after we were there that the fourth floor was kind of mixed with mental health patients as well or something. So that was yeah, intense. Like I could probably write a book on all the stuff that we experienced.
Yeah, I never made it to the fourth floor at all this
Yeah,
trip.
you did.
I did?
Yeah.
Yeah, we went. We went.
We
Yeah.
did?
Mhm.
Isn't that? Yeah, we did.
Oh, well, maybe I
Yeah,
didn't make.
you walked up there with me and
Oh, I didn't make it
like,
down to the operating room side then.
yeah, you were like in the middle of the fourth floor.
Yeah, that Steve got addicted to that floor. Like whenever we would go like back up to the fifth, or if we were, coming down, he would just pop in that hallway and just like stand there in the middle of the hallway because that was the first time he's ever felt really anything so strong like that. Um, I mean, because I'm psychic empath, whatever you want to call it, and so what he was describing, I'll feel whenever I there's something there. Like even in like the woods across the street from our house, I'll feel the all eyes on me type of feeling. Because that's what he said. He's like, it's nuts. It's like I walk in the hallway and everybody pokes their head out. That's what it feels like. Like everybody's staring at me. And like he was getting like goosebumps and stuff. And he doesn't experience stuff like that very often.
He's the
So like
skeptic, right?
yeah. And so it was a lot of fun. Like he was like giddy, like, oh my God, this is so cool. And now he's got the itch. So we're going to Bachelor's Grove on Sunday. Um, I just had him watch the Fairfield Infirmary, so I think he's on board for that one now. But like Waverly's
Oh,
been on his
that's
bucket list since high school. Same with me. So the fourth floor was like almost like a drug to him because he's like, this is awesome. I feel stuff.
Nice. All right, what
yeah,
about you?
you'll like Fairfield.
Yeah, Fairfield's cool.
Okay, what about you, kid?
I mean, I was with Emma and Ken's most of the time, so you should ask them.
Well, I'm asking you.
Um, I mean, besides the EVP, which we already talked about, but
Well, we only talked.
yeah, I'm gonna say it again. I was getting to
Okay,
that.
but hey,
I was getting to
okay.
that.
So for the people that don't know the whole story, you should.
Oh, sorry.
That's
sorry.
you can tell that. I'm not
Okay.
telling that again for the 5th time. Go ahead.
Okay, you.
No, they kind of need to know the backstory before I tell them what the EVP said.
Okay. So, anyways, we're gonna go back about a year now. So our last trip to Waverly in July of 2024. So we were there on the junior investigation. It was the two of us and my wife's cousin Jake. He's a very skeptic for sure.
Very.
So what does one do when you're at Waverly Hills normally?
Yeah. Investigate is the correct answer.
He was playing games on his phone the majority of the time.
Oh no.
It's like we're down in the morgue and he's sitting out in the hallway doing stuff on his phone. I'm like, really? I'm like, come on. Anyways, so later on in the night, this mom and daughter joined us to investigate because they had no idea really what they were doing. We had some equipment because we just had started. Yeah, you can join us. So, what was the mom's name again?
I think it was Carrie. Unless I'm thinking of the other mom and daughter, but I'm pretty sure her name was Carrie.
So we think the mom's name was Carrie and the daughter's name was Mia. And throughout the night, like certain areas, she kept getting targeted.
It was like most of the building.
Yeah, it's like extreme migraines, pressure on her chest. As soon as we'd leave the room, she'd feel fine. Well, there was one area where she said she was leaning up against a wall and she goes, "It's like really cold here. I can feel a breeze on me." And it was just as hot then as when we were there. I'm like, well, can I record video of you, like, explaining this? Well, long story short, every video I had of her, the files are corrupt. I couldn't play them, watch them back. And every picture we had taken, her face was just a blank slate. There was nothing there. So we're just kind of like, wondering what was going on with her. And we kept talking about it on the way home, like wondering if she was all right. I went into like a Waverly Hills Facebook group, like saying, "Hey, we're here for the junior investigation. We had this mom and daughter with, just wondering if they're in here." No. Just to see if she's all right. Never got any responses at all. So after a couple days, I reached out to Waverly Hills. I'm like, "Hey, just wondering, we were with this mom and daughter, just wondering if we could try to get contact information because we're just concerned about the daughter because she wasn't feeling good the whole time." So they checked, we all signed waivers and all that. They go, "There is no Mia on the waiver at all." So we don't know if maybe she just didn't sign it, put down a different name or what. We don't know. So we just kind of joked for like the last.
We've joked since then that she was a ghost.
Yeah.
So we're doing like what were you gonna say?
Go ahead.
So we were doing an EVP session in like the lobby area of the building. And I asked a whole bunch of questions and looking like got nothing. And then the last question I asked, I'm like, was she a person or could she have been a spirit?
Oh.
And it's so faint, but you can hear it. It said she was a spirit.
That's awesome.
It was really weird, but it's so faint, but you can tell it's there.
We also did a dowsing rods session in the main lobby about Mia, and the REM pod lit up and it crossed for yes that she was a spirit.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's just like, and I was even going through some of my photos on my computer to like clearing stuff out and just like looking back at those pictures from a year ago. And it's just so weird to think back how far we've come in a year, but just looking at all the pictures, and it's like she definitely was like blurred out and everything.
Mm.
When you drop your
Wow.
video, you need to add that little picture to that
Yeah.
part.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 100%. I want to see it.
But it's like one of the craziest stories.
Yeah.
Jesse, I noticed that when we got to Waverly, me and you was on a connection. And I could tell because we would grab our necklaces, our charms at the same time. We were
Yeah.
connecting with the same spirits at the same time, same locations. Did you ever go to the second floor?
Yes, I did, and I did go into Lois's room. I played some Elvis, and I had so Steve bought me the dowsing rods there, which was awesome of him because I've been wanting them, and the fact that we got them at Waverly, and he actually used them too. He was like, "All right, how's this work?" So I was like, "Okay," and I explained it, and like he was kind of getting answers, but not nearly like me because when you have abilities, it just like it's stronger. Like you can he's like, babe, it feels like somebody's pulling this, and like you could see the hair standing up. So just experiment. I tried talking to Lois without playing any Elvis and didn't get too much, but as soon as I started playing some, like the answers were really quick. And then I don't know who this would be, but when we were in 502, I kept getting the name Katie or Kate. I have no idea why. So that's something that I've thought I haven't had the chance, but I thought of trying to research. Like I don't know if maybe somebody else has ever gotten the name Katie on the fifth floor, but yeah, it kept like popping into my head over and over and over again. And Steve was like, "That's not the nurse's name," and I'm like, "I know. Like, why am I picking this up?"
It
Yeah,
could have been
So,
a nurse.
Yeah, it
that
could have.
kept popping into my head.
Did
While we were in there.
did you just say Katie?
Yeah.
That's really interesting because what we fell into, her nickname was Katie.
The
And
nurse that.
she was a nurse there.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Her name
Okay.
was actually Catherine, but she went by Katie. And
Wow.
so once we like went through the whole thing and like figured out completely and totally what was going on, and we went back upstairs, we went over to Sally over in the corner and asked her if she recognized me, and she called me Miss Katie.
Oh my gosh.
So like it was completely weird and crazy and all of that, but she didn't spell it Katie. She spelled it Kaite.
That's actually kind of how I felt like when I saw it in my head. It was
Yeah,
different.
yeah, yeah. She we got a little bit of her backstory, not a whole lot, but um basically like her life outside, all she wanted to ever do was like help people, so she became a nurse. And then her the main issue was she cared too much, and she realized that there was something going on that wasn't right, and she tried to change it, and they basically wanted to stop her from doing so. And it didn't go well for her.
Wow.
So
That's
yeah,
crazy.
but it's interesting that you picked up that name. Where did you pick that name up?
In 502.
Okay, well, and then the very first time that Christopher and I were ever there investigating, I think, is it 506 that's the one in the middle? Is
No,
the
506 the toilet.
Okay, well, it's the room that's right in the middle.
Okay.
Christopher and I connected into a nurse in there that she basically was attacked in that room.
Okay.
I don't think it's the same person, because I think what happened to, and I don't really want to use the word me, but what happened to Katie didn't, as far as we know, didn't have to do with that room. Like she interacted with the children, but she wasn't one of the main caretakers of the children. Um, So I don't think that that was where her like main station was up on that floor. I think she was more down on 3. So, but it's
Interesting.
interesting that you got that name.
Yeah, because it just like was we were trying to connect to the nurse in 502 that that happened. I'm not going to give away too much, but um that's what we were trying to connect to, and Steve had the dowsing rods and I just kept hearing like Katie in my head. I'm like, why is this, why do I keep hearing this name? And I was asking like, are you a spirit here? And then I was asking questions, but I wasn't getting really any answers on to who that was. It was just interesting I was picking that up. And
Mhm.
then like on the third floor, oh man, they drained me and two of my batteries for my Psionics Aurora camera. So I knew something was gonna happen because I was just like exhausted. So I sat on a chair on the balcony area, and Steve was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go, on the hallway," and I'm like, "Okay." So he's walking around, and um kind of in my peripheral I saw, I know it was a child because of the size, but it was like a blip, like kind of misty, kind of shadowy, but not like the black shadow, but it was, just a little bit above the windows on the right hand side. I was like, "Oh, babe, come here." And he's like, "What?" I'm like, "I swear I just saw like a child or something right there." Like it wasn't fully formed, but it was the height. And so I went back inside with him, and the room that was where the child appeared right in front of had like a dollhouse and toys. And I was like, I didn't even know this was in here. And I just saw like a child spirit standing right in front of the window. And that the window for that room was where there were little presents and gifts for a child. So that was like, whoa, that was cool.
I know what room you're talking about because that's the one we were sitting outside of when I did my channeling on that floor with the kids.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's crazy to know that. And also I have to say the third floor was busy. Like as soon as you stepped off of the stairwell onto the third floor, it was just you could just feel movement. Like it was like a busy hospital ward, like just constant
Yeah.
movement.
That's so crazy because like my spirit guides, it was just like something in me was just telling me not to go to the third floor.
Yeah, we didn't know. Mm-mm. I
Yeah, actually, Anna and I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I got like weird even thinking about the third floor because I we mentioned the third floor and I like just didn't. I was like,
No, I did the fifth, the fourth, but I skipped the third.
That's so funny. So Anna and I, when we went up there, we were with Carrie, and Carrie was ahead of us. And we both, Anna and I, literally stopped like in the threshold between the stairwell and the third floor. And we were like, oh, I don't know if I can do this actually. And we had to stand there for a minute, like doing extra grounding and extra stuff just so we could like, go forward. Even now, like my head is feeling like foggy like it was while we were standing there. And we finally were like, listen, here's the thing. I'm the scariest thing here, and that's not a challenge. I will respect you and you'll respect me. And suddenly it was like everything just backed off. And I think that's the only way we were able to like do the channeling and hang out there for a while. And um I think Carrie was seeing things like out of the corner of her eye down the hall while she was recording us doing the channeling as well. Like it was busy
Wow.
on the third floor.
That's interesting because that like everything that you said, that's how I felt about the fourth floor. Like I had to do extra grounding and white light, and I was like, you can't touch. I did get touched on the fourth floor. Something like grabbed like kind of by my ankle area right outside the surgery room. It wasn't like forceful, but I felt it. I'm like, what the? And I was like, no touching. You are not allowed to touch. You are not allowed to follow me. But like if Steve was here, I was like squeezing his hand so hard because I'm like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. I know I don't want to be here. Like I was freaking out. And he's like, babe, it's okay. It's okay. relax, nothing's gonna happen. It just felt like energy every which way was like spiraling, and I kept feeling like something was gonna run up behind me or run in front of me or something. I was like on edge on the fourth floor.
It
Me?
also felt like it was like building the more you went up a little bit, but maybe that was just me because I only got to the third floor. That's as far as I went. I also noticed that a lot of like a lot of stuff was happening right above like the lobby, like in that center part of the
That's what I
building
heard too.
on
I didn't
each
feel
floor.
much
Yeah.
there. Yeah, interesting.
That's right. Where we were.
Mm-hmm.
Did anybody, when they went into Waverly, did they feel like, this could just be me, but did they feel like they almost became part of the building?
Kind of.
Almost like
At
you're
times.
so familiar, almost like you know where you want to go, but you also want to go somewhere else, but you
Mm-hmm.
know
Oh
where you're
yeah.
going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you feel weirdly comfortable there. Like it's familiar,
Oh,
if that makes
I would have
Yes.
sense.
cloned myself and gone to every floor.
Like there's on the second floor, the atrium. I got so dancy in the beginning, like I was just so happy in there. And then, but as I was leaving, it was a sudden, like, just so sad. And later finding out that that's actually where they used to meet their families at,
Oh,
which makes sense to me because you're meeting your families there. You haven't seen them in a while. You're happy, and then as they're leaving, you
Mm-hmm.
become sad.
Um, because we had talked with you on the balcony outside of the atrium, after you guys had set off to keep going, Anna, Carrie, and I tried to do a little EVP session out there, and we didn't get any EVPs, but while we were doing that, I saw movement like in one of the windows, like somebody was walking away from the window. And then I kept hearing Claire de Lune in my head, the song. And we walked back inside and I saw the piano sitting there. I hadn't seen it when we had originally come through to go out there. And I was like, okay, that makes sense, hearing Claire de Lune and then seeing the piano. And um, yeah, it just like all lined up with like everything you had told us too. And hearing your more kind of expanded telling of it, it's just so interesting to see how that lines up as well.
Yeah, it's very interesting. And then right outside Lewis's room, um, something was wrong with my jaw, but not physically, spiritually. And I was just like, oh man, I feel like somebody's jaw was broke. And then my head started pounding. And then I had to later on found out that there was actually a fight that had happened right outside of Lewis's room. And which makes sense. And we had gotten the word injury come through in the spirit box. Um, I at first thought it was Lewis, but then later on figuring out that it was actually the guys that was behind her.
So
that's
M
interesting.
and Ken's, what
Hey.
did you? So you guys were down the body shoot with Natalie and Piper. What was going on down there?
Had a tuna sandwich apparently.
Yeah.
And I wanted to trade.
Not a ton actually happened for us down there. We heard a few things, but it was, you know, not anything. We did an Estes session, and it just like down there really didn't do much for us.
No, it also
Same.
really far away
Yeah.
on the spirit box. Like it was almost like whispering compared to like normally through Estes, like you hear it so clear and
Yeah.
so loud that this was like, I got tuna. I was like, girl.
I had a complete opposite experience in the body shoot. So
Better than us.
there's a spirit there. I did go down there alone. Um, there's a spirit there that I think likes to mess with the other spirit. And he pretends that he's the other one. He's like, "Oh, my name's Johnny."
That's the name
Stop.
we got.
Do not call him Johnny because that makes him mad.
That's
Oh
the
my
name we got.
That's the name I said.
His name is Jonathan.
Oh,
When I first called him Johnny, he screamed in my ear, "My name's not Johnny, it's Jonathan." And then I got pushed.
No.
Oh
So,
my God.
I think for us, like activity wise, it was the fourth floor,
Oh, the fourth floor.
Mhm.
the fifth floor,
Uh-huh.
and then when you guys were doing the double Estes, I was like crouched down like along the wall, like the doorways next to me. I don't like having my back in an open doorway.
Mhm.
It'll freak
No.
me
Yep.
out. Like, I
Yep.
will lose it. And it felt like right in like the small of my back, like almost like a kick, like so hard.
And I think
It
that's
pushed me off my feet,
I think that's when Alex said like
forward.
you fell or she fell.
It said, or sorry,
No, help us.
she said it fell, or sorry, oh my gosh, my words. She said she fell, and then you tipped over like
Yeah.
immediately
Yeah.
afterwards.
You can hear
Oh, wow.
you
Yeah.
can hear Alex say it, and then Emily go, "Well, I just fell."
It was like a hard hit.
during the SS method, did you feel any shocking? Because when I was laying on the floor in the what was it called? The electrocution room?
Yeah.
Electroshock.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Sorry. When I was doing the SS method and I was laying down, I felt like I was actually being shot.
That was one of the first
I felt
sensations I got as well in there.
I felt very surrounded and very like claustrophobic. Like in the footage, I'm sitting with my knees up and like my arms crossed because I immediately, as soon as I sat down with the headphones on, felt so surrounded. And you can see like I brush myself, and it's because I was getting touched, and I like to like brush the sensation off.
I noticed that multiple times. It got you brushing
Mhm.
off on there.
Yeah, mine was just more like I just felt like I was getting like my body, I could feel my body jumping as I was doing it,
Yeah,
you
I
know?
think I would have preferred shock to surrounded.
Okay.
I noticed that in the doctor side of the electroshock rooms, like with him being residual and being aware of us, he literally is like up in our business, like studying us like a doctor, like he's doing intake.
Oh, he did.
And yeah, the first time I was in there, I did tell him to step back. I was like, okay, here's the thing. I know you got a job to do, but that's too close.
When you walked past the door on that floor, did you notice him like right in the doorway a lot, like as you're walking past?
I could feel him kind of like standing there or like peeking out every once in a while, like he's waiting for something, like a patient's not
Yeah.
on time, or like he's looking for his assistant.
Or like he's curious
Um,
about you.
mhm.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
like he's just there, like very ever present, and he's moving constantly too.
Yeah.
He's busy. And
Oh.
Uji kept saying through the Estes as well.
And has ADHD out the wazoo.
Yes, he's got like these nice little like circular like specks and everything. It was bald, and then like he had like his white cap and everything. He was a whole vibe.
He was.
And then the other like more like intense feeling for me came from the fifth floor
Same.
in 502.
Mm-hmm.
And like immediately when we first got there, it was like that's where like I'm starting. Like that is where I want to go. I need to start at 502 because of like the story that's behind it.
She had a plan, and I knew from looking into her eyeballs she had a plan, and we were going somewhere.
And I don't know if it was like a channeling thing. I walked in there and immediately, like, not like a full channeling, but like, I don't know, like letting me feel what she was feeling.
Oh, see, I got the doctor in there.
I was so ungodly angry in there. And I'm not like an angry person.
Me too, but I was angry at you.
And I was angry at you. And
Yeah.
that doesn't happen
We
for
were
us.
glaring at each other, and I could tell like it wasn't us glaring at each other because we don't we don't even argue. We've lived together for now, like, this is our third place together. Like,
4 years.
we've been friends for 5 years. We don't argue. That's the one thing. We've snapped at each other in another location, and it wasn't us snapping. And I looked at her, and I was like,
and I don't know if it was that Mary felt like safe with me because of kind of what happened to her,
and because of what you do.
And like that's kind of my whole job. I'm a legal advocate at a domestic violence center. That is my whole everything. All day, every day, that is what I go to do. I could get a call right now and have to go to the hospital for like an SA victim or a domestic victim. Like I could get called at any point to go and meet them at the hospital and talk them, you know, through their options and everything like that. Like that's, and I was so mad, and like, it just, like, it was just like
taunting the doctor, and it started making me get more like,
and I'm not like that either.
Aggressive.
Like I'm not a taunter. Like that's not how I like to do things in haunted places. Like that's like, I'm like, that's really disrespectful. Like I don't like doing that, but it didn't feel like it was my emotion.
Yeah, same. I was like
being in there,
and I was coming off of like, I hadn't slept in like 2 days while we were there. That was like going into my third day of not sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
And we walked in that room. The first thing before I got really horribly angry at Emily, like staring at her, glaring at her, like I wanted to throw things at her, was I started feeling like a bone deep pain in my calf. And I was like, and I finally, like, I was trying to like be like chill about it, like not say nothing. And then I finally went, because it hurt so bad. And they all were finally like, what? And I was like, you know, since we walked in the room like 25 minutes ago, I've had this really insane pain in my calf.
And it seemed like it wanted me out of there. For some reason. And then there's like a bathroom behind, like where like the room is. Like it wanted me to be in there by myself.
Yeah.
And I went in there by myself, and I'm like, let's go.
Oh, I was watching footage back.
Mm-hmm.
I say it so under my breath. I don't know who heard it, but I hear myself saying it, and it's you went in there, and I was like, it was a trap. And I was like, whoop.
Yeah.
There it is.
But like nothing happened. I mean, Natalie was up there with us.
Piper was up there with
Piper was up there with us. The Natalie got good on the dowsing rods up there.
No equipment went off though up there.
Just the one EMF when I put it in the windowsill
of the
bathroom, it spiked like the tiniest amount. And I don't know what it, like, I was looking like back towards it, and it was for like a few minutes. It looked like they was just like, it looked weird. Like it didn't look as clear.
Fuzzy.
Yeah, it looked like fuzzy. And like, I don't have vision problems.
Not anymore.
I paid a lot of money to not have vision problems.
Same.
And I see 20/20. So like for that to like be fuzzy, it was a little bit weird because nothing looks fuzzy to me anymore.
Mm-hmm.
When Alex and I were up there, my dead bell was going off, like it was getting to the point. Yeah, it was getting to the point where it was annoying.
I was gonna say, yeah, when we walked in, it almost felt like I definitely felt a woman presence. I didn't feel a man at all, not at the time that we went, but she just seemed very kind of sarcastic and agitated.
Yep.
And I remember one time I was like, well, can you turn the thing off, please? And she like did for a second, then right back on.
Back on? Yeah, like if I have to. Because Emily was asking a question or something, and all I heard was, I mean, I guess I'll answer it. And I was like, okay, girl. because that was like right before the doctor stepped in the room, or like whatever the male presence was stepped in the room. That like immediately my mood changed, my tone changed. I'm pretty silent the rest of the time in that room.
Mm-hmm. But I don't know, like that room just like I was just so like angry in there.
Mm-hmm.
And like I'm not an angry person. I don't get angry very often.
We were about to get a divorce in that room.
Yeah.
How'd you feel in there, Matthew?
Yeah.
I don't know. It just, to me, it just felt like that she didn't want us in there. And I think with like, the dead bell going off so much is like her way of trying to say, just like get the hell out of here.
She didn't even want to hear us talk. She didn't give us time to like
No.
speak.
But it's like after a while, I'm like, okay, I'm turning the dead bell off. I'm gonna go put out in the hallway, and then absolutely nothing.
But we forgot to mention that when we first went in there, the dead bell was actually turned off when
Yeah.
it went on.
Yeah. We've had that happen though before too, like, well, not there, but in the car when it's been off, it's gone off in the car.
Yeah.
Levi.
We've had spirit boxes turn on in the car.
Yeah. Our like when we're especially in Gettysburg.
Turn on and start flipping channels.
Yeah, and like you kind of gotta press and hold it to get it to start circling through channels. And it'll be like on the top, it'll be in a case. So it's not like it's just pressure on that certain button. Like it's a little weird, but we've definitely had that happen a few times.
Well, like with the two girls I was with at Edinburgh, we were down in the kitchen area doing something with their spirit box, and they shut it off, and immediately it turned back on. It's just like, okay. Yeah.
And then I think the moment for me that I was like, okay, like I could leave right now was the fourth floor.
Uh-huh.
That was I could pack up and go home right now. Like, let's drive the 6.5 hours back to PA. Like, I'm done. Like, get me out of here.
No, I got so sick on that floor. Like, as soon as we stepped where we were, I was like, I could, like, throw up right now. And I have a phobia of throwing up.
Oh, no.
And I'm so afraid of it. But I felt like I was going to, and I was like, I'm throwing up off the side of this building.
Where were you guys at when that happened?
We were sitting on, like,
it's like
the open side.
And it was like,
right, like in the middle almost.
Yeah, it was like right in the middle.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Like, if you walked diagonally to the right from the stairs, like, not even,
like, maybe
30 steps, you would have hit that room.
Okay.
And like we were sitting out like kind of in like the hallway, and Nat, you were doing your dowsing rods.
Nat was getting lots of answers.
Lots of answers.
No, I was having fun.
You were doing it with Levi.
Yeah.
And I started noticing it was probably like a 5 to 10 minute long, like I would say like loop of this white like figure going like in a room, being in there for a few minutes, coming out, going to the next room. Like about 3 or 4, and that is all it did.
That's all she did.
And like I'm listening to Nat ask her questions with her dowsing rods. I'm having some questions, and then I see like this really dark figure, and I'm like, huh, okay. And like I was like, no, I don't like this feeling. Like it was kind of like a small, and then it shot up really tall. I was like, oh god, no. I asked Levi, I was like, Levi, can we even be here right now? Like, should we go? And Levi went, yep.
You were big,
and immediately crossed.
Like,
is that when you guys were like running?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought
we're not running.
Which this is the thing. We were going to play a small joke on Matthew.
We were.
We
Uh-oh.
were.
We were.
We were talking about this before the night even started.
Okay.
Yeah, before the night even started, I was going to try to freak him out.
Hmm.
I grew up doing contortion. I can run a pretty fast pace and a back bend.
Oh
I was
my God.
A room at him.
Yeah, and we were planning it for the 4th floor.
Planning
Because
it,
it's the most open.
but like was planning it and like it I was like, I'm gonna like be facing backwards. I'm gonna do like a head thing.
I was gonna
And
run
then
in a barrel
immediately
walk.
fold back and start running.
I was
And I'm
gonna
sorry.
get a time to be me and you alone, and then I was gonna text
Yeah.
them and have them do it.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to remember that for future investigation.
Oh, that's
I've done
priceless.
that to two other paranormal investigators.
Mm-hmm. She's done it to me on
I've
accident.
done it to her on accident, and the one like screamed like a little girl. Like it was hilarious.
It was the most entertaining I've ever seen.
But I watched its head do like what I said I was going to do, like, but a little further than what my neck will move.
Yeah.
And like its eyes started glowing red, and it dropped down and started
Onto all fours.
onto all fours, but it
Yeah,
looked
you-
like its legs.
Welcome to the crawler.
Yes. Looking up,
It was the eyes that got me because it looked like its legs were coming up and over its shoulder.
And then it'll go up the wall and onto the ceiling.
It was running on the ceiling behind us when we were
Yeah.
down the floor, and I
Oh my
Don't tell me
God.
that.
I don't know what
Dang.
it was. The eyes, like I felt it. It was like my heart and everything dropped, and I was like, go, go, go.
yeah, that's
And
when
I
was
don't
trying to
run.
throw up.
I don't run, and I like went as fast as I can to the fact
She
that
was
they're
running
like,
so fast I could not catch up to her. I
I
was like 10
stopped.
feet behind her the whole time.
Yeah, because like we were in the morgue. Steve was in the morgue drawer, and like we thought something like it was paranormal at first, and then
No,
like
just
no,
no.
that's actually people running, and then
No,
I saw everybody book it.
I stopped on that floor. She was running, and I was originally right behind her because I got long legs.
yeah.
I'm taking some wide steps, and I'm right there. And then I noticed Piper and Natalie were behind us, and it was up on the ceiling, like following, and it looked like it was about to reach for Piper. And I was like,
Oh my God.
And like I don't like it. Just
and I spun around, and I was like, no, sir, you stay here.
It's so
That's
it's so nice actually hearing that because for my side, I don't think the creeper, whatever y'all want to, whatever they call it, yeah. I don't think it's anything demonic.
No,
I think it was messing with me because I have a thing from like a childhood
little mean spirited,
Home.
but not like demonic.
home.
Yeah,
And
I think, sorry, I think what it is that it was a human spirit that was actually a human in real life. They were a mean person, and they just like to try to pretend to be demonic.
Oh yeah,
And that's mostly what I got from that.
as in life, so in death.
the anything that is red eyes though, it's immediately, and I grew up in an extremely haunted house.
Yep.
It was a doctor's office that I think in the basement.
P.S. I've had nightmares about this house since living with her, and I've never seen the inside of this house, and I described it to her to a T.
It's the basement, like it still had like the counters and like everything, and like I hated being there, but I hated being in the attic more. I don't know why. But it just the doctor who used to be there, he just I don't know what he was. I don't know if he was actually the doctor. He just portrayed himself to a 6-year-old Emily as a doctor. And I've tried to like look back into the history, and like it was the doctor's office.
You can't find much though.
You can't find too much. And it's also a road that a lot of people get into accidents on.
A lot.
I know that while we lived there, the house was hit by cars several times.
We almost, like, years later, I was like, hey, I just want to see the outside of this house because, like, I've seen it, but, like, not actually physically seen it. And we went and we took a spirit box, and while we were sitting there, I think I was driving the one time because we've done it twice. The first time you were driving, and we had to hurry up and put the car into drive and, like, swerve into the yard because the car was coming directly, like, almost head on into Emily's car. And then the second time,
look how fat that spider is. Ooh, sorry. The second time, we almost got rear-ended, and I had to hurry up and throw the car into drive and, like, speed down the street. But every time we turn that spirit box on, it says, Emily, come inside, come upstairs. And we're like, no, girl.
No.
And, like, it's just, I still have nightmares. I don't have nightmares very often. I don't dream very often, but I have the same recurring nightmare of that place, of the attic, of that house. And, like, I haven't been in that house in 14 years, 15 years, something like that. But it was just, like, red eyes from living there and seeing them in my closet, seeing them come up the stairs towards me, seeing that attic door, which had, like, one of those sliding locks.
Yeah.
Slide open and come swinging out to see red eyes here. Like, I can't. Red eyes, I'm out. Like, no
Red
matter
eyes
what.
with me.
The building.
I'm like, I'm trying to get in the car and go home. I don't care how far away we are. I'm going home.
That's when we left Madison too, red eyes.
Yeah, Madison, we left because red eyes.
I saw them and I was like, oh, like, I'm just gonna ignore that I saw that because I've been being messed with all night. Whoops. Then Emily sees them. We're skedaddling out the building.
We're going back to the hotel. Like, I'm over it. I'm done.
Did anybody have any weird, because I know me and Matthew, we had some weird responses on the roof.
Yeah, a little bit. Emily wrote some weird things.
I have everything. I have a picture
Like-
of what she wrote.
Like what?
She automatic writes when she does Estes sometimes. She's so good at it. I wish. She was writing, like, just things that didn't make sense to what was coming out of her mouth. I think we have the notebook.
She wrote, like, help. She wrote a few names, and then she wrote like some things that you can't make out. If they can find the notebook, otherwise I'll.
I know, like, for what was it, like 10 minutes, Matthew? It was getting nothing but like vampire cats.
Yeah. Yeah, we got vampire cat.
Yeah, like multiple times we had vampire cat, the vampires coming. Like, I don't know what that was about, but it was I've never had, like, things come like that through the spirit box.
I wonder if that was, like, a nickname the kids had for somebody up there.
Possible.
I was gonna say, I feel like that's like the kids just whispering something silly.
Well, it could be that, but it could also be, like, if there was a staff member that they
didn't like,
or that scared them or something like that, that may have had, like, some kind of, you know, I don't want to say facial deformity, but, like, had some kind of something that was what they called them.
Yeah.
You know?
I know.
I wonder if they had, like, cat eye glasses or something.
Maybe. Or, like, cat eye sunglasses.
Or if they had, like, if their teeth were different shaped or something like that.
A little pointy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
It was really weird because, like, 10 minutes, it was nothing but about vampires and cats.
I know that the one name that I wrote was Martha.
You
And
wrote Martha and Chloe.
That's her Grammy.
it took watching an old home video that popped up on my Facebook to recognize the voice of my grandma. Her name was Martha. You did not call her that though. You called her Grammy. You would get beat.
I cannot say Martha, sorry girl, in our home because something
You
random
kiddo.
of mine that I need will be moved. Like my keys
Mhm.
will be hidden.
And it took
I think we got that name up there and we're trying to figure out what it connected to because we've never come across somebody up there with that name and we
It
were
was
like really confused.
it took because I remember the voice on the spirit box for like a second, like it was really fast in her like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And like it was stuff that I like just couldn't make out. And it took watching that video like 2 or 3 days after we came home to be like, I now remember her voice. Because she passed away when I was 5. So that was 20 years ago.
Really odd. I got my uncle's voice on the spirit box. My mom has like a video. It's VHS.
Mm-hmm.
She just put it in the other day while she was on FaceTime with me, and I heard that voice and I said, "Who was that talking?" Because my uncle died before I was born.
Mm-hmm.
He was 98 and I wasn't born until 2000. I said, "Who was that voice?" And she said, "My brother." And I was like, okay.
Sorry.
And he came through for like a split second and he was just like, "Hey, Kens." And I was like, "Hey."
But I don't know if it was just like her just kind of, she's very much like
hanging out,
like a spirit guide for me. Like I have her mirror that was in her bedroom. It's in my bedroom. I'll see like it's this teal color. And I happen to know that is like the pantsuit that she was buried in. Like that exact color. Like I'll just see it in the mirror and like I'll see flashes of it kind of just around the house. So I don't know if it was kind of that situation. Because things have popped up with her a few times
in locations.
Not in locations. But I don't know, like if she was like, well, I'm Martha and you're not like gonna do anything, because I noticed that she very much does become like that protective, like don't touch her, don't look at her, don't think about her.
And the male presence up there really did not like Emily.
Yeah, the male presence up there really was not my fan.
Like if it could have made me throw a rock at her head, I might have thrown a rock at her head.
Up on the 5th floor.
Like I wouldn't have done it, and I was fighting like throwing things at her because I wanted to throw things at her. And I was like, that's not me. I was like, I mean, I throw things at her, but not ever hard.
So out of curiosity, did you guys go out on the roof?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. So did you feel that male presence out there on the roof?
Yes.
When you felt that male presence, did you have the urge to push her over the edge?
Yes. And I took like 5 steps back.
And that's crazy because when we were on the roof, Matthew, I asked you, I said, did somebody fall or get, pushed off of the roof?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was picking up out
That's
there
exactly
too.
what happened.
Saw my
Katie
move, and I went and I took steps back because I think Emily looked at me because she heard me slap my hand, and I just stepped back, and I was like, mm-mm.
So we were up there, and Kennedy and Christopher were standing to my right, and they were like looking over the edge, and I walked over and looked over, and the ground came up and met me.
Mm-hmm. I also had the urge to jump at one point, and I was like, no.
Yeah. This was very, very definitely against, like, somebody threw her over the edge.
Did anybody see any white figures up there too? Because while me and Matthew were up there, I kept seeing a white face peek over the wall.
I saw a white figure on the 4th floor, not the 5th floor.
I saw a white like flash, but I couldn't figure out what. Like I thought I was like, did I look into the light too long? Am I seeing spots or like?
Yeah, we saw that a couple of different times on 4 and on 3.
I had up on the roof, like I had the burning urge to like climb up onto the like railing
And balance beam it.
and balance beam the whole way around
No.
it.
Thank God she didn't do that.
Like it was just like that impulsive, like almost like when you're a kid and you're trying to balance on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Like, that is what I like. I wanted to do that so bad, and everybody kept telling me no, thank you.
That male presence would not. It was like
I don't know why I wanted to do that so badly.
like a grip on the back of my neck.
Yep.
And he was a lot taller than me.
Yep.
6 something.
Yep.
6'3" maybe. And I felt
Probably. At least.
on the back of my neck the entire time.
Yep.
Until we were in like the room. What is it? Is it I can't say the word. It's the room with all the windows.
What, the solarium?
Yeah.
Like the porches?
Yeah, like the porch.
Yeah.
We were in the porch thing and it finally stopped for a second when we were in that porch thing and I laid back because I was like, if I lay back, like he can't touch my neck anymore. And I had that thought back, but I could feel him standing over me, like waiting on me to sit up. And I was like, no, thank you. I could comfortably nap here because you're not touching me anymore.
Yep.
Well, thank you for not pushing me over the edge. I
You're very
appreciate it.
welcome. That would have hurt my heart.
It probably would have hurt mine too on the way down.
Yeah.
No, it was very like I don't know why like so badly. I was like, I could do it. I have great balance.
Oh, my thought was I could jump and be fine.
It was that
I'm
I
gonna
could
land on
walk
my feet.
the whole way around the whole building on like the ledge.
Oh, mine was I could stand up, jump from the roof, and land on my feet and be fine. And I was like, no, you can't, girl.
Odd.
Well, the people that were up there were also the ones that had the tuberculosis of the brain.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I could see something like that being
like an actual.
Well, like a mental thing where like you're I can fly and that kind of thing, I mean, I could see something like that, but like everything that you're talking about, like the hand on the back of the neck and all of that, felt every bit of it.
Yeah.
Every bit of it.
And I kept because I could occasionally he was talking to me and he's talking to me in my head and I feel like I sound so crazy saying it out loud. But I kept being like talking back and I was like, well, what's your name? Silence. And then it was, you see that big rock? You could throw that. And I was like, no.
Yeah, I can't remember the name we got. We did get a name. Vic.
Like Victor?
Yeah.
I was just about to say that.
I also thought Vinny for a second, but that's because his height reminded me of somebody I know with that name.
Yeah, no, we got Vic. And actually, I think the name may have actually been Vincent, but they called him Vic.
Funny that I got Vinny and that was our friend's full name, and his height, the height of the man is what reminded me of it. And he kind of looked a little Italian.
Yeah, dark hair. Yeah.
Dark eyes.
Yeah, and kind of stocky. I'm not going to necessarily say muscular.
No.
Stocky. And somebody that you definitely wouldn't want to come up against in a dark alley.
I think it's because I looked at him, I saw him, I looked at him and I was like, dude, during my security job, I've taken down men double your size. I'm not scared.
Right.
You're not that big, you're not that bad. There's always somebody bigger and badder. Right. And I kind of kept walking because I could see he was trying to intimidate me and I was like, and?
Well, and the thing is, if what I got from him is what was going on, he may have gone after the nurses.
Like,
Yeah, huh?
mhm.
Uh-huh.
He
And
was very touchy.
and
when
he
it
was yes, and he was also kind of the like enforcer, for lack of a better description. If they needed a problem taken care
Yeah.
of,
Mhm.
he was the one that they went to do it.
Did he have anything to do with Katie?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I'm not going to tell you what I experienced in one of the bathrooms on the 3rd floor.
No, I know exactly what you experienced because
I am hoping you don't, because it was one of the most disgusting things
no,
ever.
I like mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Context clues. That's what I was.
Yep.
Did anybody see Katie?
What do you mean?
Oh,
Like,
No.
see her, like, know what she looks like?
Nope.
So this is gonna sound kind of weird, but like first person, I can't tell you what she looks like.
Yeah,
Christopher and Kennedy could probably describe her too.
because I almost get the feeling she might have slightly resembled Emily.
I think maybe, but I think she had red hair like I do.
Emily was born a redhead.
I was
Yeah.
born there, and I've been dyeing it for a while.
Yeah. So, because after we figured everything out and we went back up to the kids,
Mm-hmm.
I think it might have been Sally. I think somehow the question was asked whether or not Miss Katie had red hair,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and the kids said yes.
Mm-hmm.
So that could have been it. If you were up there and you felt like he was eyeballing you, he most definitely had a thing for the nurses.
Well, I think for a second Katie might have like stood her ground with him a little bit more than some.
She absolutely did.
She was very fiery, and it made him very mad.
She absolutely did.
And it felt like everything
And it backfired.
was like I almost felt like that cocky, like, nobody turns me down. Like,
I have a question.
excuse you?
Yeah, absolutely. And that was, I think, what led to what happened in that bathroom.
Yeah.
Was she basically told him to leave her alone.
Mm-hmm.
And they basically told him, this is your task, get rid of her. And
it was gonna out
well,
doing a little bit.
The whole idea was she decided she was going to leave. After what happened in the bathroom happened, she was going to leave.
Yeah.
And she decided to go up and tell the kids goodbye one more time. Like she was going to leave that night after her shift and not come back. And she made the mistake of going upstairs.
And she went on to the, yeah.
And he threw her over.
Yeah.
And 2 of the kids saw her. Saw it happen.
With my dream, actually, after we came back.
That all like makes sense with what I felt too, but I'm actually gonna dip, guys. I gotta get up like really, really early and go get my license plate sticker because I forgot.
sounds
So
like
I'm
fun.
I gotta get it tomorrow. So
I'm
I'll
gonna
be
dip
on.
out too.
All right.
I'll be on Tuesday though, so we can chit chat some more. So
All right. Sounds
Okay.
good.
here, you guys have a good one. I'll talk to you
too.
later.
Yeah, it was
Bye.
nice to talk with
Yeah.
everyone. Bye.
too.
Bye.
Hi.
Alex, you had a question.
Oh, yeah. So 502 is the room where the lady
Yes.
Mary.
Well, she did.
I was going to say that
Yeah.
I keep having this feeling that it was more of a cover, like she didn't do it to herself.
It's stated somewhere in something that it was the messiest.
It's an eyewitness from the janitor that
Who
found
found her.
her that it was extremely bloody.
And that
And for
shouldn't-
that type of injury, it shouldn't have been. Like it was sprayed everywhere.
That was another thing that the first time that Christopher and I were up there, I dropped into that. I dropped into her.
I think partially Vic may have had a hand in it.
Absolutely.
Because I thought
Absolutely.
he was the doctor.
Because I do see two people. It's almost like there's two people hovering over her, and I see one person as a lookout. Like there's somebody standing in the doorway looking out.
Yeah.
So what everybody was like, there's no way that he did that because he would have come up the elevator, blah, blah, blah. He didn't come up the elevator. She never heard him. She was in there, and the person that I connected into, so this may have been a different nurse. Okay. This may have happened to more than one person.
I think it did.
It did.
I think it was
because the person that I connected into, she walked back into that office, and the way that it was set up, there was an extra countertop or desk or something in there. She had her back slightly to the door, and she had her hands on the desk, and it was kind of I don't want to say like a defeatist thing, but it was like, that feeling of exhaustion when you've done everything that you can do, you've got nothing left, and you know that no matter how hard you try, you're not going to change a situation. So it was that kind of a feeling, and she had her hands on the desk and her head down, and she heard something, and when she looked up, he was already on top of her.
Yeah.
So sorry.
Go ahead. No,
going into locations that we have never been to before.
We don't look into them.
We don't look into any history like at all.
Me either.
We've seen something. It's been years and years and years, and we don't remember.
There was one story that stuck in my head with the elevator shaft, and I can only remember the dog's name, which is Sadie.
Right. And we encountered Sadie that night.
Oh,
we had fun with Sadie then.
So from what I looked into, I just I knew this is the one story from Waverly that has always stuck in my brain. It was Mary, who is the one that was found in there. I'll say it that way.
Right.
Right. She was she wasn't married.
Right.
And it was found out that she was pregnant. This was whoever got her pregnant, who was married, way of dealing with the issue.
And I think that man was the lookout.
And that's where I couldn't figure out. It said that it was a doctor.
Vic was not a doctor.
No,
I don't think that any of the doctors would have dirtied their hands with that.
No,
I think that they had him do their dirty work.
Yeah.
I think so.
He had that sadistic brain that he liked doing it.
So
oh yeah, absolutely.
That's where that's because it really did feel like when I was in 502 that it was like the angry, I'm ready to fire back. I'm mad. I'm here. I'm prepared to stand my ground. And it was the angry, I didn't ask for this.
But also, if
it's very odd. It was a very odd sensation because it really did feel like split, and it was just, and it was very much. I feel like that stand your ground. It came out a little bit more because I was like, "What? Do your worst."
I get this feeling that she's also upset in the afterlife because she feels like she can't escape the place.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and it's kind of interesting that you say that because we were at another location earlier this week that there's somebody there that we don't think wants to still be there. and people know about him, like there's information about this person like readily available. And
Yeah.
so every time people go there, they go looking for this particular person.
Exhausting.
And huh?
That would be exhausting.
Right. And so every time somebody says his name, it's like it pulls him back into the location.
Like, here we go again.
Right. And so I had this discussion with him where I was like, you do realize that if you don't want to be here,
You don't have to.
you don't have to. And who you are versus your meat suit that did whatever it did, you're two separate people now.
Mm-hmm.
The meat suit's gone. If they want to talk about what the meat suit did, let them. You're not the meat suit anymore. You're completely separate of that. You don't have to be pulled back into this space every time they talk about that if you don't choose to.
I like that you call it the meat suit. I call it the nutshell.
Well, meat suit, soul suit, however you want to look at it, but I mean, yeah, it's that. And it was funny because the realization when I explained this, and this is the way my head works. Maybe this isn't the way it works, but I've just always felt like, you are a soul with a body, not a body with a soul.
Yeah.
And so when the body is gone, the soul is separate. The soul is free. So I was kind of like having this discussion with this person about, if you don't want to come back, don't come back.
Mm-hmm.
Just because they mention your name, are you really them anymore?
Yeah.
Have you
Just kind of
like you're not apple juice, buddy. Right. 3 times.
Have you talked to them about why they can't move on? Because I know some spirits are stuck in loops.
So some of the ones that we've dealt with, one that I can think of in particular did not realize that she had passed.
Mm-hmm.
And typically we don't tell them.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's one of those things that, like, if you don't know you're dead, that's kind of a shitty way to find out, that kind of thing. For whatever reason, this time it was like my guide showed me how to do it, how to let this person know that they were no longer living and they could leave if they wanted to.
Yeah.
And it was an amazing, amazing, heart-wrenching, I can't even explain it.
You want to sob when it happens.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like you completely know.
We were sobbing. We were sobbing because it was so beautiful. But so, like, in that situation, they didn't know that they were dead. In this situation, I really and truly think that it's a thing of every time somebody says this individual's name, they get pulled back.
Yeah.
Maybe through no choice of their own kind of thing.
Yeah.
We've had situations where dealing with like soldiers and things that, for example, you guys were talking about Gettysburg, where they lost their life in a very, very, very traumatic way, that trauma seems to be the thing that links them to that location. Whether or not they have to stay there, is there a way that you can break that trauma? I don't know that there is.
Not really.
So I mean, some of them, I think it's a choice thing. You can stay if you want to stay, you can go if you want to go. I think some of them have crossed and have chosen to come back. I think some don't know that they're dead, and that's what's holding them here. I think some, it's the trauma of their passing that locks them to a location.
I think that's what Mary is. And she's so angry. And I don't think she gets that, because I don't think she and Vic interact.
Well, and I also kind of wonder in her situation whether it's a matter of the story's been told wrong for so long.
Yeah. And also, I think that if she and Vic don't interact, because I don't think they do, then she might not understand that he's passed and he's there because they're not interacting on the same plane.
Right.
And
well, and
want him to hurt somebody else.
Exactly. And so it could be more of a protective thing in that situation too. Like we were at a location just last night that there's a spirit there who didn't die in the location. They died down the street kind of thing. But they've chosen to come back as a protector of that location. So it could be that too. It could be a matter of we don't want him bothering anybody that comes here to learn about the history, to interact with the good spirits that are here, so we're going to do the best we can to run interference with that.
And what people have to remember too is, spirits, they were human and they still have that tendency. So if a spirit don't want to talk to you, then
exactly
leave them alone,
They're not puppets. They're not puppets. And that's what, like, I've gone to prisons and had absolutely nothing negative happen to me because I go in with respect. I go in with the mindset of this is your space. I have no judgment over you as to what you did in your lifetime, what choices you made. All I want to do is interact with you, learn your story, that kind of thing. And I have zero problem.
Now, sometimes I do get the inappropriate little touch from a prisoner, and I'm like, hey, I get it. You ain't a lady in a while.
So what I've said sometimes when I've gotten that vibe that's where it might go, it's like, would you touch your mama or your sister like that?
Oh, I need to use that one now.
And usually they kind of do a, huh? You can't really necessarily use girlfriend because that's a little, but if you say like mama or grandma or sister, sometimes it helps. Now, if that was an abusive relationship to begin with, maybe not. But sometimes if you throw something like that, like I am coming in here in a mode of respect, and I would appreciate that respect back from you. Please do not touch me. Because I'm not going there.
That's how I kind of try to go into all locations, which that's why this was so weird that I was so like combative back.
Aggressive.
Is that I'm like, I'm just here to learn about you. I'm here to learn your story. I'm not here to hurt you, affect you, do anything of that sort. Like, if you communicate with me, that is wonderful. That is fantastic. But I'm coming here to be respectful. That's why it was so odd to me that I was just so in that, like,
oh, when that first started, Nat and I looked at each other like,
because that truly is not how I am ever.
Well, and you wouldn't expect that in, if you listen to like the stories, oh, this is a tuberculosis hospital. Later on, they did other stuff in the building. They used the building for other things. For the majority of its history, it was a tuberculosis hospital. Why would you have anything like that? In other locations, I can understand it. Like if you're talking about, say, like Madison, we know bad things happen at Madison. We know that there was some inappropriate stuff that went on at Fairfield. But you wouldn't necessarily expect that at a tuberculosis hospital.
No, because you don't really hear about that.
No.
Right.
The only other time I ever really got like, it felt like super combative in any sense was Red Cell at Moundsville. And my like heritage did not align with Red's beliefs at all.
I can understand that.
So like he was calling me names through the spirit box.
He was calling her slurs.
Yeah, like he was calling me like really inappropriate names, and I was like, and like it just got to the point I was like, buddy, you are in prison. Guess what? When the night's over, I get to walk on out of here. And it caught me so off guard that I even like said that. Like I cut that part from all of our footage because I was like,
I'm the only one that's ever seen it, and I looked at her and I said, "Excuse me,
because I was
madam."
like, that was just like, I don't know if it was just like that, like getting to me. I don't know if it was other people who also had to deal with similar words from him, you know, when it was an active prison. Like I couldn't really tell you, but it just like, that's never how I want to be. I never want to come to a location and be that like aggressive, be that, you know,
So,
not a real spirit if you don't do this. Like that's not
right.
ever how I try to run anything I do.
So if we go with that mindset and we look at Waverly, do you think that like entities like, say for example, that crawler thing, do you think that that's more of a, and I don't want to use necessarily thought form, but kind of like an egregore where like the trauma and the sadness and all of the emotion that occurred in that location is what that actually is? Like it's all of that pulled together and it's created an entity?
I sometimes do think that because
there wasn't anything there that should have formed something
that,
like that crawler.
Yeah. And
well, all the negative energy, just the sadness, sorry, y'all, just the sadness from it, the death, all that can build and create multiple entities. The darkness that you feel there, I mean,
Right.
not literally like darkness, but just the heaviness, the sadness,
Right.
it all builds into something. I don't personally think the crawler is something that was manifested or gathered. I do think it was a human spirit at one time. But I do think that there are entities there that wasn't conjured, that was built from the sadness, the anger, the death, the grief. But I don't think that it's something that really bothers people. I think it's something that bothers the spirits.
Oh, okay. I hadn't thought of it that way.
but I think, you know, this is more for Randolph County Infirmary. I think that the crawler in that one, the hallway opposite of Ida, I think that that was the
Agorial.
Yeah, I think that was kind of that, almost like the trauma of what happened in one room, because that's kind of the room that it sparks out of.
Yeah.
It was really,
okay.
it was awful, and it was again one of those things that I couldn't control what came out of my mouth, and I said something extremely inappropriate, and I just was like, after a second, I was like, wow.
Yeah, sometimes that happens and I go, oh, they were using me like a microphone again.
I was like, that was just weird. But I think that one was one that was created just because of that one event. And like I don't know if it's because of the way it presented itself to me.
It was very Pink Panther-y.
It was like Pink Panther and crawling on the wall.
Yeah.
Like I'm watching this thing like creep, and then we look at it and it like
stop against the wall, like
stop up against the wall, like arms out, like
if I'm flush against this wall, you can't.
You don't see me.
And then like I'd look away, I'd start talking,
and then out of the corner of your eye, Pink Panther step in,
and then I'd slowly start to like turn my attention back towards it, and once it knew like it had my full attention, back to like that. So that was one of those very like, because I think it was created, but then
created ones can be intelligent. It can do intelligent things like that.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so that's definitely a location that I think that's where that happened. But I didn't stay long enough to find out what the crawler was, because like I'm also not really one to run from situations, because normally I'm the one that's like, hey, I know you said you don't want to go here, but like I really want to go here, so we're gonna go there. Like I'm definitely the one that like I try my best to like stick it out, but it was just like that pit feeling in my stomach of we are not safe right now. Like we need to go. Like we need to full sprint down to the
adults, to the real adults.
to the real adults.
We say as 25-year-olds.
Yeah, the real adults. Like we need to go because
The
it
entire
was
time
just
I'm thinking, let me get a real adult. I need Matthew.
it was just like the worst like drop in my stomach like of
Oh, my throat was in my it dropped all the way down.
it like I felt it. It was like that. It was almost like if you have you ever had like a really close call, like almost getting into like an accident?
Oh yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
that
I've had the fight or flight thing before that it was all that I could do to not run. And I knew in the situation I couldn't.
yeah.
So that's been those are the real fun ones. But I mean, in a way I'm kind of sad that I missed it.
Yeah, I lean more towards fight, so I choose to walk away. And I'm like, I gotta go.
And it was so like I was watching this nurse for so long. Just vibing. That's what it felt like to me because you know, going into it's like around midnight, 1:00, somewhere in there.
That's bed check time.
Bed check. Going in, you need something? No, making sure they're still breathing, out, and then just like I was just watching her.
There was one specific room she stayed for like
a few extra minutes.
2 more minutes. And I think that would be the room where whoever it was more awake at night. And so it's like, hey, so-and-so, like, how are you? I'm fine. Do you need anything? No. How's your shift going? Great. How's your night going?
Like, just, like, chatting a little bit. But, it like, I was just having, like, a grand old time.
Watching her.
Because I think we saw something like that, too, at one point.
She got to, like, the end of that, like, 4th room, right back to that first room.
Yeah.
Like, didn't walk back. Like, it was almost
just
instant.
Spawned back.
Just, like, spawned back and started it again. And I was just watching her because I'm like, oh, like that's, you know.
That's really residual.
That's,
absolutely.
That's residual. That's like a loop almost because she's only going into 4 rooms.
I watched her for that loop maybe 3 times. And then I had to like, I was sitting on my knees because my butt fell asleep sitting on the concrete. But I was sitting on my knees. I was leaned over with like my head towards the floor. Because I felt so sick, so dizzy, like.
Mm-hmm.
Did you try to break her loop?
Yeah, because I was like, "Hey, girl."
I was just
stood up when I saw her. I stood up, walked, because sometimes, like, if you stand up and you walk, they kind of like turn. If they're intelligent, they'll turn and they'll be like, "What are you doing?" So I tend to do like subtle things. Like I'll get up and I'll walk around or I'll move or I'll do like I'll cough. A cough is a good way to get healthcare workers to stop
and look at you. Pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that because I do healthcare.
And they think you're sick.
Yeah, I hear a cough and I'm like, excuse me.
I worked in the same healthcare house that she did for years. And sometimes I'll hear like a cough and I'm like.
I cough and she's like
immediately because they were the house we worked at / work at like they were like choking risks, so sometimes that cough it really quickly went from being just a cough to 911. Mm-hmm. Like so like that's where I think that like hyper vigilance, but like I wasn't trying to break her loop because she like I keep saying she and I don't even know, it just felt like she felt female presence. And it was just like very casually like doing her rounds almost. And that's all it. So
did you see it third eye or physically?
Third eye.
Okay.
I felt very third eye.
I was physically watching. Like I was watching. Like I knew she was in and out, in and out,
but
in and out.
But if I see it, even if I see something third eye, and I do something to interrupt it in that third eye, I'm going to see them like stop what they're doing.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, my necklace just got tugged.
Yeah, when we were watching it, it was like it literally looked like a little white ball of light.
Yeah.
You could see. Majority of the time when I see them third eye. Very, very, very rarely do I see them physically in front of me. But even then, like you were saying with like seeing them third eye, when they realize that you can see them, then it's like all bets are off.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You know, and that's kind of when it gets interesting. But in a situation like that, I think if it's a loop, I don't think you're gonna break the loop.
No.
You can, but it's really, really hard. And it also could be dangerous for the spirit. Not really dangerous, but it could put them in a type of shock that could actually make them stay longer if they wanted to pass on.
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, if you've ever walked through somebody on accident and you know what that feels like, what that electricity,
yes,
off kilter weirdness feels like, imagine what it's going to feel like on their end.
Yeah.
I'm sure that, that is a disruptive kind of thing.
Yeah, that's why I never really try to break their loop if they're like just residual. Because if we've been up there for a while, like we'd been up there for 5-10 minutes before we started seeing the loop, and I was like, they weren't here before. Because a lot of times if they were, they're going to ignore their routine. They're going to come check you out. Or they're going to do their routine, but they're going to keep constantly like peeking. Hey.
Sorry, our cat is scratching the wall.
I'm surprised our cat hasn't been trying to get in here much.
Yeah, like it was, I don't know. And I don't know if it's just that I wasn't paying as close of attention because again, I was sitting on, it was the 4th floor and I was sitting out of the window and I'm like, wow, I wonder what it would be like to just whoop, and go back out the window like completely. And I was like, stop that. That's like why I moved myself from the window.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, kept like picking my feet up, like trying to test my balance on this windowsill.
I kept picking one leg up and like leaning a little bit more. And then I was like, I can't keep doing that.
Yeah.
So I was sitting against the wall at one point and then I fully switched like where I was sitting because I was trying to break the loop. And I went and
we 2 weeks prior to that, and I don't remember whether we were on the 3rd floor or the 4th floor, but it wasn't the end where the operating room was. It was the complete opposite end of the floor. And there were 3 of us, and we were all the way at that end room on the right, like out on the solarium side. And we're all standing there at a window. I'm in the middle, and I had 2 people flanking me, and one of them I think was sitting on the wall, like on the windowsill, and I think the other girl was just standing there, and something rushed up behind me, and it came with so much force and so much energy that it was like a wave. And all 3 of us felt it. It came directly up behind me, but the wave, when it like wrapped around me, the other 2 people felt it too. And I'm standing there and I'm like, God, I'm glad I wasn't an inch closer to that wall. Because there was enough force to it that it very easily could have made somebody go over. Without intention. But it was intense. And I mean, I've been rushed before, but not like that. And it kind of caught me off guard, and it was a little creepy. So I can imagine like what, no, I'm not going to sit up there. Let's test our balance. Like, no. So.
And I did the same thing on the balcony. we were sitting out there for a few minutes, kind of just trying to game plan, like, what like going home was gonna look like for us. And I'm like, there was that little bench, and I'm like sitting backwards, like facing over onto the on the bench, and then I'm standing up on the bench, and then I'm sitting on the wall of like the ledge, and I'm like,
I sat in the one wet spot on that bench.
I was like, why am I like I know I can't sit still very long. But usually it's not this bad of like that I was crouching down, and then I was standing up, and then I was sitting on the ledge, and then I was crossing my legs back and forth, and then I once again was trying to, in my head was like, I could definitely walk this one, because if I fall, it's not as bad.
Oh, I was doing spins in the hallways. Like, I would just randomly bust out a spin going through a doorway.
I don't know if it was I don't know what I don't know what was going on with
my
us.
ADHD is like here normally, and in that building it was here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely a crazy night for sure.
Because Nat was giggling every time I did a spin through a door.
Yeah, you were doing that a lot.
But anyways, I think we cut for tonight. Somebody is getting
It's
tired
so
here.
cold down here.
And we can resume on Tuesday with whoever else joins us.
Sounds good to me.
All right. All right, everybody, have a great night, and we'll talk to you in a few days.
All right.
Bye.
All right, bye.
Bye.